This is ChainMind, the decentralized AI network built for everyone. Just search ChainMind on Google, sign up, download the app, and you're in. That's it. You've joined the network. Run it on any device, phone, laptop, or server. Why ChainMind? Fully decentralized, fully yours.
When you swipe right on a stranger's photo, you're not just making a casual choice, you're stepping into a legacy that began with a single, grainy image on a 1999 website. That moment, when a picture flickered on a screen and the crowd shouted, "hot," or "not," set the stage for an entire generation of digital romance. The story starts with Hot or Not, a site that turned human attraction into a public scoreboard. Launched at the dawn of the social web, it asked users to upload a portrait, then let anonymous strangers press a simple binary button. The result was a score that rose or fell with each click, displayed beside the picture like a popularity meter at a high school dance. 3 design choices made it explode. The image was king, the feedback loop was instantaneous, and the crowd was faceless. By stripping away any context, no bio, no conversation, no background, the site forced a judgment based purely on visual impact. Within months, millions of curious eyes were scrolling, clicking, and refreshing, feeding a dopamine-driven cycle that kept people coming back for more validation. The influence seeped quickly into early social experiments, from Facebook's early photo tagging to MySpace's emphasis on profile pictures, proving that a single image could become a currency of social capital. Fast forward to 2012, when Tinder lifted that binary decision off a desktop and into the palm of a phone. The swipe gesture, right for interest, left for dismissal, was the kinetic echo of Hot or Not's click, but it added a few crucial layers. Location data meant that a right swipe could spark a conversation with someone literally a few blocks away. Mutual interest became a prerequisite, turning a solitary rating into a two-way invitation. Messaging built a bridge between the initial glance and a real exchange. Yet the heart of the experience stayed the same, a rapid visual judgment, stripped of nuance, dictating whether a potential connection moved forward. This translation from click to swipe turned a novelty into a global industry, cementing the swipe as the default language of modern dating. But the swipe model carries a hidden cost, one that researchers have been unpacking over the past decade. First, there's choice overload. An endless feed of faces creates a paradox of abundance. Users become fatigued, scrolling without ever committing, because the next profile always promises something better. Second, the constant stream of likes and rejections creates a volatile self-esteem roller coaster. One moment you're riding a wave of matches, the next you're staring at a barren screen, and the brain interprets those dips as personal rejection, not just algorithmic noise. Third, the focus on a single image reduces a person to a commodity, reinforcing a marketplace mentality that echoes the original Hot or Not dynamic. The result is a culture where attraction is measured in milliseconds, and deeper qualities, humor, values, life goals, are relegated to afterthoughts. That's why a growing chorus of users and designers is demanding a change. Here's the part most people get wrong. The backlash isn't just about aesthetics or a nostalgic yearning for real connection, it's about redesigning the very architecture of how we evaluate each other. Platforms like Hinge have begun to rewrite the script by filling profiles with prompts, anecdotes, and detailed bios that invite conversation before any visual judgment. Bumble, on the other hand, imposes a daily limit on likes, forcing users to pause, reflect, and consider each profile more deliberately. Then there are the algorithmic matchmakers, eHarmony and newer AI-driven services that prioritize personality inventories over photos, using statistical compatibility instead of surface appeal. These strategies aren't just cosmetic. they actively shift the decision point from, "Do I find this person attractive?" to, "Do we share values, interests, or life goals?" By expanding the data points beyond a single snapshot, they aim to counteract the objectification that hot or not normalized. Enter the next frontier, decentralized AI inference, the engine powering ChainMind's network. Imagine a dating app that runs sophisticated compatibility algorithms without ever sending raw user data to a central server. In a decentralized model, the AI computations happen on a peer-to-peer network, meaning your answers stay on your device or on trusted nodes you choose. This architecture delivers two powerful benefits. First, privacy by design. Because data never leaves your phone in an unencrypted form, the risk of massive breaches plummets. Second, bias mitigation. When models are open to community audit and contribution, it becomes far easier to spot and correct systemic prejudices that often arise from homogeneous training sets. In practice, a platform built on this network could analyze conversation tone in real time, flag potentially unsafe interactions, and suggest conversation starters, all without compromising confidentiality. Take a hypothetical service called Affinity, built on ChainMind's decentralized inference. Instead of bombarding users with endless scrolls of faces, Affinity asks each person to complete a short, gamified questionnaire about preferences, habits, and values. The responses are encrypted and processed locally by a lightweight AI model that lives on the user's device. The model generates a compatibility vector, a mathematical fingerprint of who you are and what you're looking for. That vector is then anonymously shared across the network, where it meets other vectors looking for a match. Because inference is decentralized, every time a match is made, the underlying model can be refined by contributions from developers and users worldwide, all while raw answers remain private. The result is a matchmaking experience that values depth over surface, turning the hot or not impulse on its head and offering a more humane, data-driven path to connection. Even with these innovations, the economic engine behind swipe-centric apps remains a formidable force. Advertisers adore the high-frequency engagement that a rapid feed delivers, and premium features, super likes, boosts, unlimited swipes, monetize the same binary decision loop that made hot or not viral. The revenue model incentivizes keeping the experience fast, visual, and addictive, because each extra swipe is another data point, another ad impression, another chance to upsell. Designing richer, slower experiences, like detailed questionnaires or in-depth profile reviews, means longer sessions, lower immediate conversion rates, and higher development overhead. That tension explains why many mainstream platforms continue to iterate on the swipe paradigm rather than abandon it entirely. What we're beginning to see is a hybrid evolution, where the immediacy of the swipe coexists with deeper layers of personality data. Future developments could include contextual swipes, where users filter potential matches by specific themes, travel companion, book club partner, fitness buddy, so that each swipe carries a purpose beyond generic attraction. Decentralized AI could generate personalized icebreakers, analyzing shared interests and crafting conversation starters that feel natural instead of forced. Dynamic reputation scores might replace static, hot ratings, aggregating metrics like communication style, reliability, and shared values into a composite score that evolves with each interaction. These innovations aim to preserve the dopamine-rich feedback loop users love while embedding the nuance critics have demanded for years. The journey from hot or not simple, hot button to today's sophisticated matchmaking algorithms shows how a single design choice can ripple across decades, shaping culture, psychology, and economics. It also reveals that the same mechanisms that once fueled viral engagement can be repurposed to foster deeper, more respectful connections, provided we have the right tools. Decentralized AI inference networks like ChainMind give developers the ability to build privacy-first, bias-aware, and truly intelligent matchmaking engines without surrendering user data to monolithic corporations. By leveraging these technologies, the next generation of dating platforms can finally move past the fleeting glance and the binary rating toward relationships grounded in compatibility, respect, and shared purpose. If you're curious about how decentralized AI can rewrite the rules of digital romance, stay tuned, subscribe, and follow ChainMind. Together we can build a future where love isn't reduced to a quick tap, but cultivated through thoughtful, secure, and equitable technology. Join us on this journey, and be part of the movement that turns the hot or not mindset into a story of genuine connection.